Welcome to the API Test Automation Framework tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to use RESTful and JUnit 5 to create a Java-based test automation framework that will test against a certain API. For our example, we are going to use the GitHub Gist API, and we're going to explain that API and how to create the framework in this tutorial. The tutorial aims to explain the following topics. It's going to first explain RESTful, what it is, what it does, and how to use it. We're going to create some basic API tests. We are going to create a gist, and we're going to read gists, and we're going to delete gists. Once we have the basic tests there in place, we are going to start refactoring and improving that automation framework. We are going to mainly do two things. We're going to create an API client that will interact with the Gist API so that the tests do not have to know anything about how to interact with that API. They're just going to call a few methods. And at a later stage, we're going to do some more advanced refactoring in which we're going to create some plain old Java objects to handle the gists. What do you need for this tutorial? The first basic thing that you need is Java 8. This is a Java-based test automation framework that we're going to make, so we need Java. And then when it comes to basic knowledge that we expect you to have, some basic knowledge of how to create some code in Java, especially test automation side things. So if you have done any Selenium test automation with Java, that's enough for you. You need to have some basic understanding of how REST APIs work and the most basic information about what JSON objects are, because our payload is going to be JSON objects. As we explained in the motivation, the agenda is going to create the following things. We're going to start with the basics of RESTful. We're going to set up a GitHub Gist account, the test account against which we're going to run these tests. We're going to create a few basic tests for creating, reading, and deleting gists. And at the end, we're going to start making improvements and refactoring, making our test automation framework better. We're going to create this API client we talked about, and we're going to create plain old Java objects to handle the gists. And we're going to add some more tests at the end of it to make it a complete test automation framework. We need one more additional piece of software, that's an IDE. We are going to choose the IntelliJ IDEA from JetBrains, so have that installed as well.